You came here to do something. And I'm encouraging you, don't rule it out saying, well, I don't know if you can do it. Well, so what? Eye has not seen. What do you think that means? There's some things that you can do that you've never seen before. We're in a place now where we've never been before. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard. Nor is in the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. What's in you that you're able to do. That's why they have a term called breakthrough. That your life is a breakthrough moment. And so when I think about that and think about what I was going to share with you today, that this is a time. I have a friend named Dr. Stan. They call him Dr. Breakthroughs, Stan Harris. And he talks about living your life in a way in terms of having breakthroughs. And I think we should have those in various areas of our lives. That we must live with a sense of urgency, one, and two, and that's making every moment count. And the other thing is have breakthrough thinking. Look at ways in which in various areas of your life that you have breakthroughs, that you take your performance to the next level. That those things that you've been talking about and you've been operating at this level, but now you're at a place now, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to take it to another level. When I was a kid, the high jump in the Olympics was 6 feet. And a guy named John Thomas was a brother he was a high jumper and had the record in the world. And so during that time when you jumped, as kids, when we played in the backyard, we would have somebody hold a stick and you run and you would just jump over it. And then, but he developed a strategy. Most people were just jumping forward to jump over it. But he developed a strategy that you could sizzle, and what they call the sizzle, that you raise your leg and that front leg and then the other leg come behind it, right? Then there's something that came along called the Fosbury Flop. Same event, but there's a guy who was named after him. And when he jumped, he was able to raise his body high enough in the air and he would go over the pole head first and bring the body behind him. Same event, but different strategy. And as a result of that different strategy, he was able to maximize his impact. He was able to jump 7 feet that you couldn't do it physically, just using the method that had been used or that approach up to that particular point. Now, tell me what you mean, Les. I'm trying to stay with you. Well, here's what I mean. That there's some things that you are doing and that you perhaps have not succeeded using the approach that you now have. And that many people, when they're going after their goals and dreams, they have failure after failure after failure because they are doing something in the same way. I think that's why Einstein said that thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking can't solve. And that's when I came to the concept, and I want you to get my book called You Gotta Be Hungry. And so what happened is that as you look at your life, a lot of people, when they fail over and over and over again using the approach that they now are using, they stop. I'm suggesting change your approach, but don't change your decision. Am I making sense to you? Change your approach. Get some help. I believe ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. And ask for help and don't stop until you get it. Because you've failed at it thus far does not mean that it can't be done by you. It's just that the approach that you're using now does not work. And there's some things that we're supposed to do that many people using the same method, the same team, the same relationships, the same information, the same approach, and they stop saying it can't be done. I remember as a kid, we used to say to illustrate whether or not someone can accomplish something and whether or not they could not, to illustrate the impossibility of them accomplishing something, we would say, oh, you got a chance of doing that as a man going to the moon. Shut up. Get away from me. Hey, we've gone to the moon. We don't say that anymore because when I was a kid, it was seen as impossible for man to go to the moon. That's no longer a reality. The Wright brothers, when they were able to create a vehicle that was only up in the air for about 6 seconds, up to that point, the belief was for centuries, man couldn't fly. Because if God wanted man to fly, he'd have given him wings. You will never fly. You're not a bird. Get used to it. You're not even a pigeon. Get used to it. Might be a pigeon in your thinking, but you cannot fly. That was the belief. But the Wright brothers, who came along and their father was a minister, and that was his belief, they had breakthrough thinking and they changed the approach on what it would take to transport our bodies in the air. You came here to do something. Some people know right away. Nina Simone, who climbed up on a piano at 5 and started playing by ear. Some people know right away of what that is. And there are some, the majority, because they have not been exposed or seen something, that they have the abilities of greatness that they have within them that they can do, but they have not seen anybody doing it yet. So they don't even try. That's why one of the most important things we can do for our children is expose them to things so that they can begin to see themselves in other people. When I was at Booker T. Washington High School, when I saw Mr. Leroy Washington, I was exposed to this man who said to me, young man, go in front of the room and work this problem out for me. Oh, sir, I can't do that. Why not? I'm not one of your students. Look at me. Yes, sir, go and do what I'm asking you to do anyhow. I can't, sir. And then the other students started laughing, saying, he's DT. He's got a twin brother, Wesley. Wesley is smart. He's DT. And he asked, what's DT? He's the dumb twin. And I said, I am, sir. And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And so how people live their lives is a result of the story they believe about themselves. And because I was called the dumb twin, because when I was in the 5th grade, I was put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade, and Mrs. Mary Ford Williams, who was the principal at Douglas Elementary School in Overtown in Miami, came in and said, please point out the kids that are causing all of the problems. And I was among those. They can't learn. We're going to put them in a special class by themselves. The kids called us the Dodos. I was in the Dodo ward. Bullying didn't just start. That's how they bullied us. We were in the Dodos ward. We ate together and we were in the class by ourselves. We only went with other kids to the cafeteria at eating time, at lunchtime, and physical education. Other than that, the Dodos were all in one room because the belief was we could not learn. We were dumb. And then this man spoke. Because now in your Dodo ward, they don't give you anything to do but entertain each other, and you color, and you play, and you clown around. Because the belief was, there ain't gonna be nothing.
Throughout this process, throughout this journey, and breaking the patterns, as I'm hearing that repeat some form or fashion throughout this conversation, somebody's basically got to change. Somebody has to evolve. Somebody has to grow. And sometimes people have been thinking that they are who they thought they were until somebody from the outside says, no, you're not. And that, for a lot of people, they're disrupted by it because whether the ego gets hit or their pride gets hit, or they were this person in corporate America for a minute, they get let go, they get resized, reshuffled, and they're not who they thought they were. And now what we're discovering coming into this era, that we're running into a lot of people that would never have considered entrepreneurship, that have never considered getting involved in the financial services industry, can you speak to somebody in that transition or move to doing something that they've never thought before? Because 90% of the people that we're getting licensed have zero financial service experience in the past, which is a very healthy thing for our industry.
Remember what I said, in order to make it, mental resolve, a thirst and a willingness to learn, and collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. People who are not willing to learn how to earn money in this space don't get good sleep at night, and they have skinny children. And on Monday morning, they're afraid to go to the toilet because Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%. People getting ready to go to jobs that's not them. And the majority of them die on the toilet.
Wow.
Wow is right.
It's just something else.
Yeah.
You found in the toilet, just done,
Yes,
checked out.
absolutely. Going to do something that's not you. Yes. So this space where we are, this is the only game in town. And computers are not going anywhere. And what computers can do, and we have them in our business, that once we get them in the funnel, and many times we don't have to have human participation. Mm-hmm. The computer does the rest. Yeah. All right? But when you have something that you have to establish confidence and trust and leadership, people are addicted to listening to personalities and responding to people who can speak to where they are, who've gone through what they have gone through. Your experience as a Marine, well, one instantly talk about and think about toughness and discipline and loyalty. And so that level of patriotism, that willingness to serve the country, to make the world a better place so we can get a good night's sleep, so that we don't go to sleep hearing bombs and worrying about ISIS. That kind of leadership, you just automatically, you have a sense of, can I feel safe with him? That I feel safe with you. And you're going to attract people like you. Birds of a feather flock together. That's real. Yeah. In a positive sense, in a negative sense. So you are it. And when I think about Dexter, as I look at you, Dexter had organizations in 26 different countries. He made $1 million every 17 hours. He used to drive 200 and 300 miles to do a one-on-one close with someone, with his wife, to talk to another couple. If you're going to be in this organization, you should know the color of the rug in the living room of the person that you have recruited, because you've been there and done presentations. You should know their anniversaries, because you're building a long-term relationship. Relationship is the true capital. Things are going to happen in the systems. It's a part of it. But as long as you are the constant, they'll stay with you. They'll trust the person that moved them to a place within themselves where they could not go by themselves and say, I can do this. I feel safe. And I'm going to stay the course. You have greatness in you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. And you, in order to break out of where you are now, it takes everything in you. Everything. You have got to decide, no, I want to do something else. No, find something that you love, not just anything. Find something you love. I love speaking. I love helping people. This is the calling on my life. And I spent time to learn. When you are not willing to learn, you got to go get a job and keep it as long as you can until they let you go, until you are replaced by artificial intelligence. The coronavirus is not the only thing that's eliminating jobs, or until your company closed down because of the effects of the coronavirus and because of the decisions of you can't gather but a limited number of people in a certain given area. That's too precarious. That's too unpredictable. It's better to have something else going for you and not need it than to need it and not have it. No, don't wait for the hammer to drop. Why, Les? Because you can't think. You can't think. When you get fired, you can't think right away. When you get behind on your bills, you can't think right away. If you get 3 months behind your bills, trust me on this, know this, been there, bought the t-shirt. It takes more than 3 months to catch up. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you what I know. When you don't have money, you don't get 31 days out of the month or 30 days. You get 2 weeks out of the month. What do you mean? Let me repeat. When you owe money and you don't have enough money coming in, you don't get 30 days out of the month. What happened to the 30 days? Well, you get 2 weeks. Well, what happened to those other 2 weeks? They're gone. You start saying, didn't I just pay this yesterday? I know I just paid this yesterday. I'm telling you, time moves by faster when you're under pressure, when you're under the gun. That's why you have to be proactive. I want you to put voice in the comment section, if you agree with me, if you understand what I'm saying, if you can feel me in your heart, if you don't want to live life cringing and, oh my God, I got knots in my stomach. I don't want to open up my email. I don't want to receive a text saying that my job has been replaced and sent overseas, or they have eliminated my division. Well, I've been laid off because of the coronavirus. It's a time to be inspired and motivated, to be your own boss, to create your own business, to use your ideas and your thinking. You are more talented than you give yourself credit for being. People say necessity. Necessity is the mother of creation. No. Refusing to accept things as they are is the mother of creation. Refusing to put yourself in a vulnerable position where somebody else is controlling your destiny. Refusing to be a part of the journey of the broke. Refusing to be lazy and ignorant of your potential and not having the courage to bet on you. Refusing to recognize the reality that you're made in the likeness and image of God and been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. Refusing to acknowledge that you're more than a conqueror, that you can do all you can do and God will do what you can't do. No, that's not you. You're listening to me. Everything I'm saying is common sense, but not common practice. I've been stuck. I know what it feels like. The things I should do, I don't do, and the things I shouldn't do, I do. I know if I had my life to live over again, I could have done more than what I have done thus far. For a long period of my life, if I had to characterize it, I was crazy with a K. With a K. I'm not proud. I'm telling you. Maybe something wrong with me now with this flat top from the 80s. You know what? The afro is the only hair that defies gravity. Everybody else's hair lays down on their head, but the afro, I mean, to have a flat top, come on now, with no glue, no super glue to make it stand up. Oh, behave, hello, whatever. To do something that you love. If you enjoy making people feel good, if you enjoy working with kids, if you enjoy helping people learn how to create a bridge from where they are and to the next greatest version of themselves, if you want to do something that gives your life a feeling of significance, of purpose and meaning, of love, of joy, that you look forward to doing it. You know how many people are stressed out now? Listen, even our children, it's affecting them, the little teeny weenies. It's affecting them. I saw this movie. It's a jaw dropper. It's called, what's it, Social, oh my goodness, it escapes me right now. Social something, it's on Netflix. Just Google it. Then somebody knows. But the social dilemma. You watch that, it will scare you. That's why it's important that you work on you to improve you. We're being programmed over 5,000 advertising hits on our minds every day. And when you look at the algorithms and our telephone and the computer and all the various platforms that are designed to suck us in and to control our behavior, to manipulate us, occupying our minds every day, fighting for territory in our minds every day. This is a different space. This is a different space. You want to be vigilant. Be you not conformed to this world. Be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. You want to unplug from this thing called life. You don't want to be conformed like everybody else. Listening to what everybody else listens to. You monitor your thinking. You monitor. Be proactive in programming your mind, because if you don't program it, trust me on this, it will be programmed. Live life like you mean it. It will be programmed. One sickness, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. I resigned from the Ohio legislature. I just got reelected my third term to go back to Miami to take care of the woman who God took me out of my biological mother's womb, but placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. This has made me proud. Oh, she covered the ground she walked on. That's what the lady from hospice said when she took her last breath, as I held her hand. And what I learned about my mother, the spirit of independence, of believing in yourself. I learned that from her. And she wanted to raise children. She never had any children herself, but she said, I want to share my life with children. And a reporter asked her, this is after I got a show called The Les Brown Show at King World. They paid me $5 million to do. They asked her, how did you know you can raise 7 children by yourself? She said, I just believe the Lord will make a way somehow. Les, I don't know how to do what you do, so I didn't either. You've done a lot of things that you didn't know how you would do it. There's a reason we're told to walk by faith and not by sight. People say, well, if I see it, I believe it. No, if you believe it, you see it. Live out of your imagination. Live out of your imagination. Don't judge according to appearances. You have the potential to do more. That's why they say greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. What do you mean by that? You do what you can do to the best of your ability. And God, I know this to be true, will do what you can. Angels will be dispatched to serve you. Doors will be opened that you did not see. But you mess with me. Don't argue for your limitations because you get to keep them. I'm telling you what I know. You want to get fired up about your new future. You want to turn that television off and get moving in the direction of the next greatest version of yourself, because you have greatness in you, and you cannot tap into that greatness operating within your comfort zone. When you're willing to bet on you, when you're willing to become a risk taker, this God said, if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? Hello? You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. Not living a stress-filled life. You can't be happy when you're filled with anxiety. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. No! You want to be focused on creating the next greatest version of you. No, hearing my Father glorified that ye bear much fruit. You are here to do the greater work. No! This is not it for you. This is a new beginning for you. You were born to be happy and successful and prosperous and healthy. You're born for that. And you have to have a spirit of optimism. You have to have a kind of energy that says, it's not over until I win. Watch you want to get motivated? Oh, I'm just so tired. Yeah, whatever. You've done things where you say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. You weren't. You did what you can do. You got into position and God did what you could not do. If you feel me in your heart. If you're ready to do something that you love. If you're ready to use your story and the things that you've gone through and the things that you've overcome and to help people and to make money too. And if you're ready to get your hustle on, nothing works until you work. They told me, oh, Les, you'll never be successful being a motivational speaker. There are over 3,000 members of the National Speakers Association. There are not 3,000 Les Browns. You think I care anything about that? You think I give a fat rat's butt about that? Oh, there are 3,000 members of the National Speakers Association. Well, guess what? None of them Mamie Brown's baby boy. None of them have a flat top like House Party. Kid and play and I'm kid. Oh, behave. It's not true because I said it, but I said it because it's true. Oh, behave, baby. You make me randy. I have so much fun. It's great to be me. If you love having fun, listen, get around the right people. If you love having fun, get coaching and direction by someone who's doing what it is you want to do and has accomplished a great deal and has a program to teach you how to do it. To shorten your learning curve. Spend more time working to improve yourself. Spend more time working on yourself than your job.
I had the great experience of spending time with Mello and Stormy Wellington yesterday, and we had a great time the whole day. We had an incredible time. We're doing a Wi-Fi launch, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. And one of the things I think that's very important, that you stay engaged in life. Stay engaged. And I love working with Stormy and Mello because they have a lot of energy. I'm very much like my mother, Mamie Brown. She had no old friends. Oh, I had. So I surround myself with young peoples. Whenever I go to Cancer Centers of America, and where they gave me their Perseverance Award for 29 years of dealing with and kicking the butt of 4th-stage cancer. And I see people coming in, walking like they have one foot on the banana peeling and the other one in the graveyard. I said one day, I asked myself, what are you doing? Why are you here? Now, I'm not discouraging people from going to see their doctor, and I most certainly will keep all my appointments, but I had to ask myself, what are you doing? See, sometimes we have to wake up. There's something that Bob Proctor said, my brother who's on the other side. He said, most people are where they are because of ignorance. Wow. Yes. And I'd like to add to that, not only ignorance, but the lack of will, the lack of willingness to do what's required to change their situation. And because of compliance, they settle. When I was diagnosed with 4th-stage cancer, I remember them having a conversation outside of the curtain, and I heard one of the nurses say, what we should do is just make him palatable. I said, what's that word, palatable? Palatable. They talk about food? They weren't talking about bringing me a good tasting lunch. Hospital food is the worst food in the world. What are you talking about? Palatable. So I asked the nurse, what's the word palatable? What does that mean? Oh, make you comfortable. Make me comfortable. Y'all just told me I got 4th-stage cancer. You talking about making me comfortable? Oh, hell to the no. No, I don't want to be comfortable. I'm ready to fight. And so the last time I went, and I'm watching people, I love watching people. I love watching them as they were coming all in. And I asked myself, what are you doing? Do you truly believe that you in the Atlanta traffic going to Noonan, Georgia, it took you about an hour because of the traffic, that somebody can come in and look at you for 3 minutes, listen to your heart, put the stethoscope on your back and say cough, and open your mouth, okay, and squeeze your leg, and say, take your shoes and socks off so we look at your feet. Okay, put them back on. Now write your prescription. 3 minutes. Do you truly believe it took you over an hour to get in, and somebody gonna come in and look at you for 3 minutes? And there are some situations that, oh, well, we know you got some other problems, and I know you got some pain in the kidney area, and we will have a physician assistant to talk to you through Zoom. Through Zoom. Okay. Question once again. What are you doing, Les Brown? So going back to what Bob Proctor said. He said that most people are in this situation because of ignorance. So I started doing some research. I am what doctors call a train wreck. But I'm eliminating this. 4th-stage cancer. inflammation, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. I can see death looking through my window. We coming for you. I got up and started running. I know, just you know what? That fool is not going to be palatable. He's not going to be comfortable. He is running. He is busy. He's working. He is trying to delay the inevitable. You got that right. So what are you doing? Well, I'm fasting. Well, I'm exercising. Well, I stopped fighting other people's battles. Well, I'm getting my rest. Well, I'm having more joy and more fun. Well, me and Tyrone, we go for long walks. If you don't know about Tyrone, that's my little squirrely friend. I met him in my backyard, and I'm going to be getting Tyrone and Trina married. He met her in my backyard as well. And I will be officiating the wedding of these two squirrels. He taught me squirrely, and I taught him English. Like, for instance, that's squirrely in what I just said. You have greatness in you. So, if you want to learn squirrely, talk to me. I'll do a Zoom call and I'll hook you up. It only costs $7, okay? My kids say, if we hear you talking about that Tyrone and y'all down there speaking squirrely in the basement, we're going to put you in a nursing home. I say, you got to catch me first. But what are you doing? It took you over an hour to get here. They looked at you for 3 minutes and say, okay, we'll see you in 90 days. Really? So guess what? I want you to write this down. Get busy. I started doing some research. Get busy. What is it? What role do I have to play in this? This is a partnership, and I'm the lead partner. This is my life. And so I started exercising and doing smoothies, doing meditations and prayer and visualizing myself, getting healthier. I started detoxifying my life. Do you know negative people? Listen to me. Negative people can create stress in your life, and they can reduce your white blood cells. What do you mean? What's that? Your white blood cells? That's the army that protects you, your immune system. I said, I stopped, I looked at the relationships in my life, my family, each one individually, and friends, and I started asking myself, I love to give, I love to help, but I started asking, what kind of person am I becoming because of this relationship? Is it peaceful? Is it fun? Is it enjoyable? Is it exciting? Is it adventurous? Are we making money together? Do they keep me young? Just because I'm 77 don't mean I have to look 77. It's one thing to get older, but you don't have to get old. That's what George Burns said. The millennials don't know about George Burns and Gracie. No, they don't know. So I'm saying to you, you have something special. You have greatness in you. And become active in this thing called life. Don't settle. Don't settle. I'm working with Stormy Wellington, we're doing something Wi-Fi launch. Why, Les? Because if you want to make money today, it's going to be done on the internet. I'm talking about and secure your own financial future and the opportunity to create wealth. Now, let me share something with you. I know a thing or two. I've been on this planet 77 years. You know why the majority of wealth is controlled by 1%? Because the 1%, they control the politicians. They own them. They're in their pocket. And the masses are kept divided by politics and religion. And while we are fighting each other, they're focused on the money. And the only people that get through are the people that are hungry, the people that are executing, the people that understand the words, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established, and all thy ways acknowledge him. See, no, nothing works unless you work. Your willingness to learn, whosoever will. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. So I said, it's mindset, it's internet. It sounds like fun to me. I've got children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. A good man leaves a legacy for his children and for his children's children. My goal is to let God use me as an instrument, as his representative, to let my light shine, to bring the greatness out of you, to help you step out of the conditioning and learn how to make things happen in your life in spite of the barriers that have been placed so that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Oh, I know the game. I'm a former state representative. I know the game. And I'm saying to you, don't settle. Don't settle. Life has no duplicate. Don't settle. You have greatness in you. Get in a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships with people who have goals and dreams, people who are going in the direction of where you're going. I'm just saying. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Bye for now. Tyrone is saying bye, but he's got little short legs, so you can't see. Oh, behave. I hope I brought a smile to your face. Bye, darling. I'm going to talk about it's your time and to use your time wisely. It's your time and to use your time wisely. I have a quote that I want to speak from that it triggered some thinking and it kept me up for quite a while. And if you're one of those individuals who believe in synchronicity, that there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And one of the exciting things about what I do now, you learn, you earn, you pass it on, that I'm training other speakers. I've been speaking for a very long time, 52 years. And I love it. I still do. I love motivating people. I love encouraging people. I love making people laugh. I really do. I remember when I think I was in the 5th grade, and I was performing for the kids in the class that I was in, and the teacher said, you know, one day you could be a comedian. She came in, she didn't even punish me because she was outside the hall cracking up herself and got other teachers to come and watch me. I had a little routine. But laughter is important because the life
things are tracking us. There are things that are stalking us. There are things that's trying to rob us of our happiness. And we're in a good place right now. Just think about this. The air, it breathes better. I mean, there's no drama. I'm not waking up in the morning and saying, did anything happen today? Listen, and we want to maximize this moment. It's your time. Maximize this moment. Take advantage of it. We just got through some stuff and we're still here. And you want to take advantage of it. See, here's the thing. We're here to take advantage of the time that we have been given. Herein, my Father, glorify that ye bear much fruit. This is a time that we want to be very productive and very fruitful, because this is a different landscape. This is a different environment. This is your time. This is my time. Let me include me in that as well. Yes, and so now nobody's going to bring anything to you, just put it in your lap and say, do something with it. No, commit thy work. See, you got to work for it. See, if you're not willing to work, nothing works. You could be given the best opportunity in the world and just have it laid out before you. And if you're not willing to work, nothing works. I remember I went to see a friend of mine, and he was living on Miami Beach. His brother picked me up for me to go see this brand new home that he had bought on Miami Beach. Now, we're coming over from Liberty City. And so and both are like 4 or 5 years older than I was at the time. But I remember this ride across the Venetian Causeway. He had this big, beautiful home. And as he took us around this big, beautiful home that was just completed, his brother asked him, said, man, because they never spent much time with each other, he said, how did you get something like this? And the older brother said, by a lot of hard work. And the younger brother looked around and said, I'm not willing to do that. Did you hear that? I'm not willing to do that. And then we had lunch and we drove back across the Venetian Causeway, going back to the life that we were living, which was not a good life. We were surviving. And I just kept reverberating in my head what he said. I'm not willing to do that. See, when you look at people, for the most part, wherever you find yourself, that's where you made a decision to be. Because based upon how much work are you willing to put in to change your situation. And when I look at myself, people always ask me like there's some magical response. How did you go from just coming from Liberty City and over town here in Miami and selected to be the Golden Gavel Award from Toastmasters or the CPAE Award, the highest award from the National Speakers Association, or selected one of the top 5 speakers in the world? I was willing to work. Most people aren't willing to do that. They have people all over the world that have to select who that person will be, that will be in that elite group of the top 5 in the world. General Norman Schwarzkopf, Lee Iacocca, Robert Schuller. He had a television program, all right? And myself and Paul Harvey. He had a nationally syndicated radio show. I didn't have any of that. But I was working. Those people who had to cast a vote, they saw me at some time because I was moving. I want you to write this down. Keep it moving. I learned that from my mother. It was not unusual when you came home to Mamie Brown's house and we had a little small house. It was not unusual that the furniture would be reconfigured. And I wondered, how did Mama do that with such limited space? That's not, how was one thing, but why? She was always changing things up. You see, one of the things that you don't want to do is become comfortable with where you are, when you know in your heart of hearts you can have more and you can do more, and there's a life for you beyond survival. See, what it takes to survive, what it takes to live are two different things. And I just felt, I don't know where that came from, that I can do more. Here's what I did know, that where I was, that didn't work for me. That did not work for me. And I'm astonished when I go back to Miami and I see some of the same people in the same place. I'm astonished. Yes. So you got to keep it moving. Mamie Brown was always keeping it moving. I got to tell you this. I was traveling and I was doing a tour for Sprint, I think it was. I came home and I came in the door, and to my right, there was a window. Did you hear me? There was a window. There was some demolition of some houses in that area, and my mother got somebody to go drag a window that had been taken out of a house and put it in our living room. So I asked, I said, Mama, what is it, Leslie? Why is this big window? Why is this window here? You say you're going to buy me a home, right? Yes, ma'am. Well, I didn't know if you're going to build it or just buy it while it's already been built. But in case you decide to build it, you don't have to buy all windows for it. I got one window here. There's another house that's been demolished down the street, and I'm going to send Mr. Shorty down there to get that. I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. That put a fire under me. I got that house quick, fast, in a hurry, immediately, if not sooner, yesterday. When it got a window, and every time I passed that window, it jarred me. She said, don't you touch it. Yes, ma'am, Mama. Mamie Brown said, don't touch it. Don't touch it, all right? And so keep it moving. We're here to work. Commit thy works, plural. Keep it moving. And if you're going in the wrong direction, you discover. But keep it moving. This is no place to stand still. This is an incredible opening here. And all good times have an expiration date, just like the bad times. But keep it moving. And then when you are going through some stuff during the challenging times in your life, if you keep it moving, you'll get out faster. I'm telling you, if you keep it moving, you'll get blessings out of nowhere. Listen to me, out of nowhere. Activity, working, doing the best you can. It activates your angels to give you blessings that you did not even know. I got a phone call the other day, and it was a jaw dropper. I said, count me in, and it just came out of nowhere. But it was because of the work that I've been doing. This man said, I've been listening to you for a long time. I've been going through some stuff for years, and I heard you and you brought me out, and I want to do something special for you. I want to bless you. I'm saying to you, you have the opportunity to be a blessing to somebody. I'm thinking about the fact that each day that we wake up, as Orrin Hudson would say, it's the best day of your life. You get up with that kind of mindset. I'm encouraging you to do that. Today, when somebody asks you, hey, child, how you doing? It's the best day of my life. Is that right? What, you caught the lottery? No, it's the best day of my life. I'm telling you. Yes, it is. What makes it the best day of your life? The fact that I'm here. You don't believe it's the best day? Try missing one. Yes, see, you want to focus, have your mindset on your goal. I had my mindset, I was going to buy my mother a home. I had my mindset, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I had my mindset looking for a way to generate the money to get to that next level, to get beyond where we were in Liberty City. And had a lot of struggles and stuff happening. And stuff happens to everybody. Everybody. Don't ask, why does it have to happen to me? Why not you? You want to give us some names and some emails? And don't go around telling everybody. 80% don't care. And 20% glad it's you and not them. Yes. Oh, yes. Listen, you are God's favorite child. If not, you'll be taking a dirt nap. We are chosen to be here at this point in time. And this is our time. We just survived some incredible drama, and we're still standing. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. So what does it take? What does that armor look like? Write this down. Initiative. Take the initiative to create something different for yourself and for your family and for your future and for your legacy. Take the initiative to create something that you don't have right now. Yeah, initiative. See, most people not talking about initiative. Here's something else that part of that armor is. Ambition. That just the unwillingness to settle. I'd like, there was Bill Withers, he had a song years ago, use me, baby. Use me up. You want life to use you up. Most people, they take their talents, their abilities, their art, and all of their stuff to the grave with them. You don't know what's stalking you. You don't know what life is going to throw at you. Some of that stuff is going to land. It's a part of the process. Life is difficult. I wish I could tell you that it's if you just tithe and go to church or the synagogue or wherever you go for your spiritual fulfillment, that nothing's going to happen to you. Well, stuff's going to happen. But I can say this to you, if you're anchored properly, it will not prosper against you. All right, you will be able to brush it out of the way and keep moving. So taking the initiative to create something else, using your mind, being actively engaged in life. Here's something else. As you look at yourself, look at your goals. Keep moving and keep learning. Keep moving and keep learning. This is a brand new place. This is a brand new landscape. It's a brand new world. And in a brand new world, you need some brand new tools to navigate it. The tools that we use in the 2020 era, that won't cut it. The tools that we used before the coronavirus, that won't cut it. And now they got a mutation that says it spreads easier and is more lethal. Wait a minute. Now we got to be mindful. Not frightened, but mindful. And say, how is it I need to conduct myself so that I don't make some irresponsible decisions that can take me out? I got to be mindful of the air that I breathe. And so you say, that's just too bothersome. Oh, okay, good. Can I get some life insurance on you? Let me tell you, you got to deal with what is. I'm tired of this corona thing. Did you hear me? I'm tired. I'm sick. No. I'm not going to say I'm sick and tired. I'm tired of it. It's gotten on my last nerve. All right? But I can deal with it. I'm not willing to be so tired and irritated that I won't wear a mask. Oh, the 2 masks. He's saying it's better to wear 2 masks now? No, I'm not doing that. No. Oh, is that right? Well, can I just please, when you go, you don't want everybody to be crying. Make my day. Can I get a policy on you? Just sign right here. Because I'm going to do it. I got my little Mickey Mouse mask. And I got another one with Minnie Mouse. Tyrone! If they say you need to wear 12 masks so that you don't end up on a ventilator in a hospital, you got to wear 12 masks. So as we are trying to decide who's going to get medical care, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No. Homie ain't doing that. No. I'm wearing, they said 2 masks. I'm wearing 3, and I got a shield. I hooked up. I want when if Corona knocks on my back door and I open the door and I got on 3 masks and a face shield, he said, oh, there he goes. There he goes. Always overdoing it. We can't get to him. Let's go someplace else. That's what I'm talking about. I want to live because I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. And I don't want to be no ventilator. I don't want to be closed up anywhere. No. And all I can see are their eyes. And no, that does not sound like a good time for me. No. So this is why I enjoy making money from home. This is the people are sleeping on this. Don't sleep this. When you can make money from home, people say, how can you laugh so much? I wish you could see my phone. When you can make money from home, virtually speak, and don't have to get on a plane and looking at the person next to you. And when lunchtime comes, they got to take their mask off to eat. And you looking at her and turn your head the other way. Don't look this way as you are chewing. Somebody say, what is he talking about? Yes. So you want to take the initiative to create something different for yourself. You want to practice social distancing from people and the refrigerator. You want to go all out to take the steps that you need to take to keep you here longer, to add life to your years as well as years to your life. Does that make sense? Here's something else. Create special moments. When I come to speak to you at this time, it's special to me. I love you, yes I do. I love you, oh how I do. I love you, yes I do. I love you, oh how I do. Been taking lessons. I'm coming for you. Oh, behave. What a voice. He sounds so much like that King Cole. Whoa, that's another ticket. You can't handle that. Oh, look here. I'm going to tell you something. You can't make this stuff up. I'm going to tell you something. I don't do this often. When Gladys Knight and I were married, I decided that I wanted to sing. So she took me to a friend of hers that I would take some singing lessons for him. And she was taking me through some, I guess, vocal exercises. A husband came in the back door and he spoke to us, was polite, and went in the kitchen. And he's very quiet in there. And all of a sudden we heard something say, boom, boom. And we ran in the kitchen. He had hit the floor. And he had been drinking while I was in there practicing trying to learn how to speak. Now Gladys will tell you that if you ask her, she'll tell you, how to sing. She'll tell you. And he said, you can't sing. Give him his money back. I got drunk listening to you. That was horrible. Oh my God, that was so horrible. He kept laughing. He said, man, you sound like you goggling razor blades. Some people are cruel. That was not nice. I didn't sing for a long time. One time I tried to sing to her, and she said, will you go to hell to sleep? I thought she would say, well, there's a voice in there somewhere. No, she wouldn't lie. You can see I'm fired up today. Listen, you have something special. You have greatness in you. This is your time. Use this time to learn a new way of earning money. The major corporations are doing it. They have their people working from home, the majority working from home. So you want to jump on the bandwagon. People say, opportunity knocks on every door. No, opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. You have something special. You're God's miracle child. Some great stuff's going to happen to you today. Thou shalt decree a thing that shall be established unto you. You are a masterpiece because you're a piece of the master. Be with that. Meditate on that. And keep your eye focused on your dream. You were born to live your dreams, not your fears. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Y'all miss my flat top, don't you? My kid and play flat top. I'm gonna grow it again because I can.